Alright, Poppy and I are back at it again. We are going to check another field. Yes, another field, but it shows there was a school here. We're looking back at aerial photos, shows 58. It was actually pretty much wiped out by then. So it's been sitting empty for over 50 years. But we're going to give it a try and see what we find. Stay tuned.
Well, Dan and I are just starting, I mean literally just starting to detect this property. And I got a fairly shallow penny dime signal, and I'll be darned if a silver rosy didn't come up. Alright, I got a fairly shallow coin signal here. Oh yeah, there's a coin too, shucks. It is a weedy. $1930 weedy. All right.
I think this is a coin anyway. Looks like a nickel.
You better look at the other side of that thing.
That's what I'm thinking.
Bingo.
Look at that, silver nickel.
Silver nickel.
Woohoo! Alright, pretty good signal. We'll see if that's what I think it might be, or if it's fooling me. It's fooling me.
No, that's it.
It's play money.
Oh, shit.
Or token. I think it's token. There's writing on it.
It's a nice beeper, isn't
But
it?
boy, it sounded good, let me tell you. And when it fell out of there, it looked like that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of writing on it.
Yep, we'll clean her up later. On this old school ground here, going through the cover, Poppy pulled himself a silver dime on the very first coin of the day out of here. This definitely isn't silver, but I believe we can see that there is a coin down in the hole here, and it is very, very green. I'm wondering what we got. Yep, can you see it on there? That is definitely an Indian. So we have ourselves an Indian on the board. We'll get that cleaned up. Sticking out of the clump right there. What do you think, Poppy?
Tinfoil.
I don't think that's tinfoil. It looks awfully clean right away out of the ground.
Well, that's no doubt about it.
I think that might be my first one ever.
No doubt about it. Check that off your list, man.
Boy, that cleans right up.
No doubt about it.
There's a mark right there.
There's absolutely no doubt about it.
Yeah, that's got to be gold. That cleaned up, boy, right away. She's shining out of the hole. Wow. My first gold ring ever. Right there. Major bucket list item right there.
Alright, just popped this massive clump out, and pinpointer said it was right in the middle, so I split the clump and I saw a coin fall. Oh, it didn't fall. It's right there, stuck. That is an Indian head penny right there. $18.93. It's pretty awesome.
Right, we got something in a clump here somewhere. What's in that clump?
Clumps have been good to me today.
In that clump.
There's still the coin right there.
Yep, there it is. See what we got in the clump.
I said he'd get a barber today.
Well, I hope you're right. The Merc.
That is a smooth Merc.
silver though.
It's pretty good.
Oh yeah, the Equinox liked it.
She's been in some circulation. Holy cow. But
Silver,
100-year-old nonetheless.
100-year-old silver, rescued.
Yeah.
From the ground. Himself a coin unearthed here.
Yeah, the plug split in half. There she was. That's going to be a wheat penny. I hope it's not a memorial. It is a wheatie. Alright, just dug a hole after a little break here, and I got my first coin right there in a clump. I hope it's not a memorial. It is a wheatie. And just like the other ones, I'll tell you what they are in the tabletop roundup later. Alright, got a pretty... What?
Kansas City.
Oh. Well, I got a pretty good coin signal right here. It's in the clump. Oh, there it is. It is a wheatie. Looks like it's going to be a 100-year-old one too.
Alright, we got a semi-decent signal in the clump, and what is that? That does not look like a coin to me, but it is round. I'm guessing that's a token of some kind. That is a big old token. Looks like it's foreign. We'll have to get that cleaned up for the roundup.
Alright, got another kind of crummy signal here, but that last Indian was kind of crummy too, so I'm gonna dig it and hope for the best. In the clump as usual. It's in this half of the clump. I don't see any coins yet. There's a coin. Son of a gun. Right there in the clump. Well, it's a wheat penny. The date will probably remain hidden. It's pretty crusty around here until I do my little tabletop roundup. Got another coin signal here. I didn't check the depth. I guess I'm just gonna dig a big hole. See what comes up here.
Poppy's digging one over there. He's got quite a few coins. I only have one so far, but this is a decent signal here. See if I can double up on it.
Hey, it's in the clump. I've been liking that. Most of my coins have been in the clump when I split them. Let's start splitting this thing. Still in this clump. Oh, it's right there. That's a coin. Boop.
Poppy's got a coin.
Yeah, Poppy's got himself an wheat penny.
Recheck my hole.
Once again, I don't really know how old this is, but you know, it looks like a teener, but I don't know. Tabletop roundup, you'll find out.
All right, we're at the tabletop roundup of the video that I called Music School. The reason I called it music school is Poppy and I were finding these accordion reeds all over the place. I've got 8 of them here. I don't know how many he got, but very cool. A lot of those laying around the property. As you've seen when we did the first initial clip, it was an old school ground that it was now a field, and those can be tough to hunt. You know, the dirt's been churned up. It's a lucky, unlucky situation this year. There was a lot of flooding in the area, and some of these didn't get planted. Now this one here, you probably see in the background behind us when we started, there's some cover crop planted on there. It didn't take really well where the school had sat, but we still had we probably didn't get the coverage we could have, but we did what we could, and we ended up with some good finds. Poppy was the weedy king. He got a bunch of weedies. I don't know how many he ended up with. I ended up with 1. He did end up with a memorial penny at the end, which was surprising because you think of these old schools, but they closed in the 60s, and so it's not surprising. I do have 2 memorials here, a 62 and a 59. 59 just missed that weedy era. But I'm gonna get the camera moved around here. We'll roll through what I got, and you'll also see Poppy's roundup as well. So we'll get this camera turned around here and focused in. We'll start at the top here. Did end up with an Indian, 1891, so there's another Indian towards my goals. A 1916 Wheatie, so those are 2 coins over 100 years old. We got the 2 memorial pennies, like I said. Got a silver nickel here. Now I cannot get the date off of it. The date is gone. That's another bad thing about these grounds that have been churned up. There's been chemicals put on them and equipment through them and everything else. So sometimes these coins don't fare very well. You can see the 1, and then the rest of the date is gone on the silver, and you'd say, well, how do you know that's a silver then? Well, if we flip it over and look on the back, and I don't know if you can see it on the camera here, but in the video you see us pull it out of the ground, and there is an S on the back in the very center top. Obviously that's how you can tell they're silver all the time. So this is a silver war nickel, just can't get the date off of it. Next to it, my other silver for the day is a 1917 Mercury Dime, and that is a smoothie dime, but it's a 1917. Hey, I'll take any kind of silver I can get out of the ground. And that leads us down to the sterling right below it here. It says CS14, and it's a pin. It rang up really good on the detector. The Equinox really liked it, and I pulled it out of the ground, and I thought, just a pin. Well, I'll hang on to that and see what it is. On the back, it states sterling. So there is another silver for the day. A lot of other cool things came out of the ground. I didn't know what this was. Poppy pointed out what that was. I thought maybe it was a button. This is actually an old style bicycle reflector, I guess. I did not know that. Poppy knows a lot more about this stuff than I do. He told me that. That's a very cool find there. Some other miscellaneous pieces. Got a little miniature cowboy hat there that must have came from some game set. These metal buttons, they ring up really good in the ground. This one here, you can't see it really well, but it's because it's all tarnished, but that's a military button. Maybe if I hold it like that, you can make out the eagle on there. Have something that might have been a pin at one time, kind of cool. And then we got a couple of tokens down here at the bottom. Now this one says save to this coin and to be a member of something. I'll roll in a picture of that, but it's obviously been very tarnished up. Flip it over here. This is the side that's got all the writing on it, but it's really hard to make out on there. I'll do some more research on it, but for now we're just gonna have to call it a token. The one next to it, boy, when this popped out of the ground, Poppy's like, something that big copper popped out of the ground, I think I'd be getting pretty excited, because we would both love to find a large cent. Neither one of us, I don't think he has, I don't know. I know I haven't ever found one, and I would absolutely love to. But this has Egyptian markings all over it. Not sure what it is, how it got there. This side, you can, I don't know if you can make it out on there or not, but it's really cool nevertheless, and it'll be going in the collection. The find for the day for me is this. This is a bucket lister item for me. I have never found, up until this day, a gold ring when I've been out metal detecting. Finally got one. It says SRC 14K on the inside. Poppy informed me that that is Sears and Roebuck Corporation, and obviously 14 karat gold. That's a pretty good size ring there. Pretty thick, pretty wide, and those are so nice when they come out of the ground. I pop that plug around as you see in the video, and it's just hanging out there on the side of the plug, and it's almost cleaned itself as it comes out. It's amazing how when you have a pure good metal like that, that it just comes out of the ground so clean. You can see inside the edge there, there's where the markings were. Perfectly labeled, and with all that equipment that had been over that ground, damaged and messed up all the other coins and stuff that was in there, here this sat in awesome condition. So that was a find of the day for me. That's a bucket lister that I'll be able to mark down. I finally found a gold ring. And there you go. There is my roundup of the coins that I have called the music school. And here is Poppy's roundup.
This is Poppy with my finds for the day. They're in pretty rough shape. The ground has been farmed for 50 years since that school's been there, and the chemicals, the fertilizers, really bad. I had to almost destroy some of the coins to get the dates off of them, but that's the way it goes. So I got a memorial penny. Dan got several of them. That's always a letdown. 1892 Indian head wheats are 1910, 1917, 17D, 1918, 1919, and 1930D. And my only silver, first hole I dug out there actually, was a 1954 Silver Rosie. So, silver on the board. Several 100-year-old coins are better for my goal. Not a bad day. See you next time.
This is Dan with 3D Outdoors, reminding you to get into the outdoors and enjoy everything it has to offer. If you like this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button at the bottom. See you next time.